Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I'll tell you every week, I don't take days for granted. I don't take you for granted. I am happy and grateful for you. And I'm going to remind you every week that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. You are created in greatness. Okay. You are not expected to be perfect, but you are expected to walk out your purpose and to strive for perfection. This is the journey. We're supernatural in a natural place. Okay. We're spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh, and it's Meal Prep Monday. So I just want to put something on your mind. And if you go back to the YouTube, I'm just building, okay? Because I firmly believe that this life is simple, but what's simple to do is also simple not to do. It's the journey. It's the journey that gives us challenges. It's the journey that perfects us as we're walking out our purpose, because we are purpose. We're not looking for purpose. Our creation was purposed. Okay? That's very simple. But even to grasp that, sometimes it's not simple. All right? What's simple to do is also simple not to do. So last week, what hit me, because I talked about, your pain is it has purpose, right? There's purpose in your pain, okay? And I know that, like I said, it wasn't me trying to be insensitive. We all gone through things, and we've all been a victim to something. But even in being a victim to something, we do not have to walk out as a victim. We walk out victorious, because some things that we've gone through, it's not even for us. It happened to us, but it's not for us. And it's all a mindset shift. It's a perspective. It's shifting, right? So we have to be at a place, because I tell y'all, where's the only place that we can be battled? It's in the mind. So what is this? It's Meal Prep Monday. What am I doing? I'm giving you something to help you shift your perspective in the battlefield this week when something happens, okay? So listen, first we got to do, how do we walk out purpose in pain, in trauma, in things that have happened to us? First thing we got to do is be willing to shift our mindset. Okay? You got to be willing to shift your perspective. You have to have, and this is why I speak so highly on safe places. You've got to know that in every season that we go through, there is someone purpose to be there with us. All right? We were not created to do this journey alone. We must carry our own cross. We bear our own trials, tribulations, celebrations, but we are to be able to walk with one another. We gain strength one from another. So when you're in that space, you have to be willing to have a growth mindset. We cannot have a fixed mindset. What's a fixed mindset? When we're just stuck on something. It is what it is. It ain't never gonna be different. No, listen, a color can be black. You can have a black color, but if you look at it long enough, even some of the areas in the black aren't as black as the other areas. Okay. So anyway, you got to have a growth mindset. Okay. You got to be willing to embrace failure. You've got to be willing to know I make mistakes. You've got to be willing to be humble. You've got to be willing to repent, to apologize, to see yourself so that you can get back up. Okay? This is what I mean by not having a fixed mindset, but having a growth mindset. You got to be willing to see that at your greatest, you can be greater. Okay? We never reach the level of, listen, if you had $1 billion, are you gonna stop? Or can you believe that you can have 1,000,000,001? This is what I mean by growth mindset. I've never arrived. When I arrive, I want to arrive because I'm in glory. Okay. So that's what I mean. So we got to be willing to embrace failures as a part of our process. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to create you, make you better. All right? Everything that we go through, even when it don't feel good, even when we feel like it's a setback for your come up. Okay? So listen. Then you have to be willing to do that personal growth and development. Now, you know, I'm very big on personal growth and development. But the #1 book is the Bible. That's the book for me. I don't care. Listen, I got so many books that Fundisha, when she was helping me with my bookshelf, we had to crate books. Okay? Personal growth and development, we should always be working on ourselves. But the #1 book that we should never put down is the Bible. Okay? I don't care what you believe. I don't listen. You can be, to all my little Buddha homies, all right? You can be whatever you want to be, but you still in personal growth and self-development, you need that. All right? You need to be able to read that, because at the end of the day, we're all spirit with soul wrapped in flesh. And I don't care. Me and my mother just had this conversation. The little fat guy Buddha, he still came from the Spirit of God. Okay? Every creation comes from Jehovah. All right. So personal growth and self-development. You got to be willing to do that. You've got to be willing to do self-reflection. Everything ain't everybody else's fault. They may have done it, but it is up to you to take what was done and make something great. Okay? When you cannot do that, you do realize that you allow that person, place, or thing to have control over you. Shame on you. You can't even blame it no more. Now you're handing it over. All right? If someone comes and hits me right now, right? You just hit me. It hurt. But if I sit here and I'm like, you just hit me. He just hit me. He just hit me. And I get so stuck on the fact that he hit me. He done went on doing whatever he want to do, and I'm stuck. What am I going to do with this swole face? Y'all get what I'm saying? That was such a bad thing. But, you know, hey, listen. Everybody, okay, shut up, Nicole. All right. So, listen. We got to be willing to work on our personal growth, self-development. We got to be able to, when things happen to us, we got to be able to take control back of what we can control. I can't control that you slap me. You ain't going to be able to control if I slap you back. But the after effect, what do I do for my healing process? Make sense? All right. What else do we have to do? Spiritual growth. We got to be willing to trust God. We got to be willing to trust God, all right? This is the thing. We got to let our trials shape our faith and our character. Woo. Y'all don't, if I could just tell y'all everything that's going on in my head right now. We got to let our trials shape our faith and our character. So when we start going through stuff, this is why I say it all the time. It's never what we go through. It's how we choose to get through it. All right? If I let myself look like what I was going through, I would be a hot mess. All right? We're always going, there's always something. But we've got to let what we go through to shape our faith. Can we believe that even though our bank account sitting in a negative, that this is the best financial year of our life. Can we believe that? Can we allow faith to be shaped? Can our character sustain more than what we're going through? Okay. Then what else? We have to allow, this is all to have purpose and pain, okay? We've got to be a willing to have emotional growth. Ooh, Lord, I could stop right there. All right. We have to learn how to regulate our emotions. We got to learn self-control so that we can control how we respond and we react. Self-control is the best control to have. When you can have self-control, you can control everything that comes to you. Stop trying to control things, control you. Okay? You can't control what someone else does. You can't control, listen, even a baby chooses when they want to listen, when they want to obey. Jordan is not even 2. Jordan, you been good today? Nope. No. Jordan, you gonna be good? No. And she's really not being good. And she knows how to be good. All right? Literally, she's 1. She know how to, when she mad, and she know how to, Gigi, when she wants something. All right? We cannot control anyone but us. Now, with children, we're trying to structure that because I don't want her to have a spirit of manipulation. So even when she, my first response to her ain't, oh, come here. I can't coddle that. When she's over here straight up telling me, no, I'm not going to be good. I'm having to find a balance. Okay? This is why we have to learn how to control our emotions. Because if not, she'd literally run amok every time she wanted to. And when she wants something, she try to be nice to me and play with my feelings. Now, she is playing with my feelings. Don't get it twisted. So if she ever goes back when she becomes a teenager and listen to this, she gonna be like, I knew it. But my first response to her is not accepting or coddling when there's something else going on. Y'all get me? All right? So we gotta be able to have emotional growth also. You know, when that person is like yelling in your face, don't let the first response be to clap back. Can you back up a little bit? You know, you're in my space. Can you back up a little bit? I understand. I can't even hear you right now because you in my space. Back up a little bit. Can that be our first response? It's the emotional growth, okay? Because there was a time where I wouldn't respond like that. Now, I told y'all, Forrest is like one of my heroes and mentors. Some things I will run like Forrest, and I don't feel like I'm being punked. If nothing else, I'm strong. That is a sign of strength and wisdom, okay? All right, so we have to be willing to grow in our relationships, okay? You got to be willing to grow. The impact of surrounding yourself with the right people, all right? You've got to have that covering. You've got to be able to commune with people. You've got to want community. And when I say community, this whole circle, Jesus had 3, 12, 72 sent out 2 by 2. If Jesus had it, why do you think you don't need it? The circle I'm talking about is small. If you go through this journey with one friend, you are blessed. So if you got 2 or 3, and I'm talking about true friendship, not the word we use very loosely, but I'm talking about the safe place. But here's what's so amazing with Jehovah God. In every season we go through, there is a safe place. This is why I don't look for friendship. I don't look for friends. I look for safety. Because what I've understood is in every season, he may raise someone up. See, I can't look for a specific person. I look for the ram in the bush sometimes, because sometimes I am so vulnerable, I can't go to what's familiar to me. Oh, Lord, I know. Wow. All right, listen. We got to be able to grow in relationship. All right? Can I just start? Ooh, come back. All right. How do we do that? You've got to learn how to set boundaries. Okay? You've got to learn how to set healthy boundaries. Now listen, I'm talking about making pain purposeful. So whatever you're going through, you're recovering, you're healing. To have healthy relationship, you've got to learn how to set healthy boundaries. You've got to have wise counsel. You have to have mentors. You've got to have this that will help you. I was having a meeting yesterday, and I told a team that I'm a part of, like, I want to push you, but I don't want to break you. When you have wise counsel around you, when you have mentorship, you're building relationship. They know how far to push. They know how to stretch, because the more we can stretch our capacity, what comes? Territory. What comes? What's promised to you? What's promised to you? Territory and land. Y'all do understand that in our box mind, we think of territory and land just right here. You know what's outside? No, there is territory and land in the in your original DNA. Okay? I feel like I'm like, ooh. All right. So we got to have growth. We got to be able to set these boundaries, because you've got to know how to start getting the toxic things away from you. Okay. Usually when you're in the process of healing, you a toxic magnet. That's why where you at? It ain't like you're doing it on purpose. It just kind of comes with what's going on. So you got to be willing to set these boundaries. You got to have wise counsel. You have to have mentorship that helps you. Once you set the boundaries, or even them exposed to you boundaries you need, that you have the accountability. All right? Accountability to be able to withstand and stay in these things and guard it when necessary. All of that good stuff. All right? Last thing. And then I'm going to go. I done lost my place. See what I'm teaching. All right. Purpose and vision. You got to be willing to see how your past experiences will help shape your future self, your future call, your future purpose, because you are purpose. Okay. So we got to be willing to look at some past experiences, not to get stuck there. Some things we just can't blot out. Some things we just can't, when there's trauma, when there's pain, we black a lot of things out. All right? That's avoidance. So we go back, not to redig and rehash and all of that, but there are some things that we gotta blow the residue off of it. Okay? So that we can see clear. You know how like something sat on the shelf for so long? I don't care how clean your house is. Because there are just dust particles, dust is going to lay on whatever's sitting. I could pull something right now, and I dust every week, but I can pull something right now and there will be dust on it. Sometimes we got to go back to that thing and we just got to dust it off. See, when you can go back and you can dust it off, you can get clarity. Sometimes we're holding on to I need a verbal I'm sorry from so and so. But that ain't even what you need. What you need is to be able to dust it off so that you can see clearly for yourself right now, so that you can plan and you can execute in your future purpose. Sometimes we'll mess with ourselves and think that we need something a certain way. Then when we get it, it's not even satisfying because that's not what you needed. But what the purpose of that is it'll keep you stuck. It'll stop you from walking out your purpose. We need to start looking for what we need by listening. We're pulling inward out, y'all. We're going to stop pulling outward in. That I'm sorry to hear it is outward in. Then when your insides get it, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes it can boil you over. Because now you mad because you got what you think you needed, and you still don't have the peace. The peace that surpasses your natural understanding is something that you gotta decide you're gonna be there, because it comes inward out. I have decided to have peace that surpasses my natural understanding in some situations. I've just decided. So when that thing starts gurgling up in me, I gotta let peace come lay on it. I gotta take that thought captive, because I'll go down a rabbit hole. But that rabbit hole, I'll never listen. There are things now that I just want to know what my dad would think. As close as I was to him, there are things today, literally, that I want to ask him. I gotta find peace that will surpass my natural, because I will literally sit there for hours and try to articulate a conversation that I can never have. Okay? This is what I mean. That peace that surpasses. And then if I stay there long enough, I'll fall. I'll decline. I'll forget that the cycle of life is to be born to die. I'll forget all of that. So I gotta have peace that surpasses how I feel naturally, because naturally I can't bring him with me physically. All right? I hope that makes sense. Meal Prep Monday is 10:25. So purpose and vision. We got to discover how past experience shape us. We got to align our actions and with values and our long-term goals. All right? What do? We write the vision, we make it plain. Well, how do we do that? Long-term. So that those that will see it will run with it, knowing that at its appointed time, I'm ad-libbing, but y'all know it, at its appointed time, it shall come to pass. All right. And then allow yourself to know, even when you're writing these visions out, that there's purpose, that growth prepares us. When we're willing to grow, it prepares us for greater. It prepares us for more than what we can see right now. I believe 2025 is the best financial year of our life. We're going to see the most money this year. But I believe that is just happening for us to go by faith, to belief, to knowing, and then we're gonna grow. We're gonna do more. We're gonna do more. Why do I stand on the 10 toes down? Because I believe that kingdom needs to be built. And I believe that as this natural place, jobs being taken, one person sending emails, all the whole stuff that could mess up the trajectory of our wealth here on earth. I believe that he will raise up kingdom builders in such a time as this. to grow the kingdom, because the light always has to be brighter than the darkness. That's why I believe it. And I'm not all super deep. It just is what it is. Things that I believe Jehovah God speaks to me through the Holy Ghost, I just choose to grab it. And then I choose to eat it. And then I choose to find it in his word. And then I understand that as long as I follow the principles of the kingdom will come here. The manna will fall. So, Meal Prep Monday. I hope y'all got all this. I've been good. I've been putting the videos up because I feel like it's a lot. All right. But I do feel like go back and take what's for you. We're just building. All right. Because at the end of it, I firmly believe that this life is simple. But what's simple to do is also simple not to do. We're supposed to seek ye first the kingdom. We're supposed to, and righteousness. We're supposed to act right, be right, do right. Don't take the pencil from your job if you didn't buy it. Yeah, it's little things like that. Okay. But if we do those things, what does it say? All things, everything will be added to you. So the things we worry about, if we seek our creator, why are we seeking him? Because we're learning how to be the best version of us unapologetically. To know the true you, you have to know who created you. All right. And then in learning who we are, what do I say? We're the best version of us unapologetically, because we do it in submission and humility, not arrogance and pride. If we do that, our needs are met. Our supply is overwhelmed, because what we do for a different purpose. And that flow will never stop. All right. So stay focused, stay humble, stay positive. Be the best version of you unapologetically, because no one else can do it. And you are relevant. You are necessary. You are needed. To your friends, your family, your enemies, them all, but mainly to the world. Your name will be left in this world, even when you leave naturally. I believe it. Okay? You believe it too. I am Nicole D. Jones. Continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.